A third way of solving quadratic equations is by completing the square. And we really use that x minus 8 squared equals 24, the problem we just solved, to do this. So, to solve ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 by completing the square, the first step is if 8 is not equal 1, then divide both sides of the equation by a. Your x squared term must be just a 1x squared. You rewrite the equation so the constant term is alone on one side of the equality symbol. Now, take half of the coefficient of x, whatever that is, square it, and then add this square to both sides of the equation. Factor your resulting trinomial that will be on the left-hand side usually as a perfect square and combine like terms on the other side. Use the square root property to complete the solution. Sounds like a lot of words. Let's see how we did solve x squared plus 10x minus 20 by completing the square. We already have the x squared term is already 1x squared, so we don't have to do first step. Moving to step 2, x squared plus 10x equals, we want to have 20 on the other side to make the constant term by itself. Notice I left a gap here. Our next step is to find half of this coefficient and add it, square it, and add it to both sides. Well, I like to put that step down here, and I just say x plus, because it's plus 10, half of 10 is 5, and that's squared. So I've already factored this side. 5 squared is 25. So I'm adding 25 to both sides of the equation. And 20 plus 25, simplifying that, is 45. Now I'll take the square root of both sides, and I'll find that x plus 5 equals the square root of 45. 45 is 9 times 5, so that will be plus or minus 3 square roots of 5. Now I need to move the 5 to the other side, and I'll find out that x equals negative 5 plus or minus 3 times the square root of 5. And I have solved that equation by completing the square. We also want to solve this equation by completing the square. However, we'll notice we do not have a 1x squared, so the first thing we have to do is divide both sides by 4. So I will get, dividing by 4, x squared plus 6 divided by 4 will be 3 halves x plus 5 fourths equals 0. Moving the constant term to the other side, I'll get x squared plus 3 halves x equals negative 5 fourths. Now I want to find my squared. This is positive. This is always the same sign as the middle term. Half of 3 halves is 3 fourths. Squaring each side, I'll get 9 sixteenths. And I have to add that 9 sixteenths to both sides. I've already factored the left-hand side, so I need to combine like terms here. Common denominator is 16. I'll take 4 times 4 to get 16, so 4 times 5 is negative 20, plus my 9, so I have a negative 11 sixteenths. Now I need to take the square root of both sides. I'll end with x plus 3 fourths equals plus or minus the square root of negative 11 sixteenths. So that could be square root of negative 11 over the square root of 16. Simplifying that radical, keeping the left side the same, equals plus or minus. Now negative, the square root of a negative will be I times the square root of 11, and the square root of 16 is 4. My final step will be to subtract 3/4 from both sides, so I'll find that x equals negative 3/4 plus or minus I times the square root of 11 over 4. And this will be my solution.